Good morning, everybody. This is TxWolverines. Welcome to my channel. How are you doing? Today I wanted to talk about a favorite unit of mine in Terminator Dark Fate Defiance and give you guys a little tip. There's been a lot of people commenting, asking for me to make tip videos on the units and what to use, not to use, etc., etc. So today we're going to be talking about the Bradley IFV. And this is a favorite unit of mine, as I stated. I love this unit because it's quick. It can move troops in. It's great at clearing buildings. It's also great at long-range engagements. So with that being said, we're going to talk about the components you're going to be equipping, as I have here, and the weapons you can equip. And let's just start out with the default weapons. The default weapons. Now, when you first start, you won't get a tow launcher. You actually have to purchase that component. Some Bradleys you find may have the component already on there, but this tow is a must for your Bradley because they're great at long range engagements. And if you can get behind a Legion tank that's moderately damaged and you can put a tow in the butt end of it, just like in real life with a tank, you can hit it in the butt end and either disable it or completely destroy it. But I've destroyed a lot of Legion tanks by getting behind them and baiting them one way and then just putting a tow up their butt and just blowing them to smithereens. So the tow launcher is a must. And the default weapon this unit comes with is the light cannon 25mm. This weapon is great at penetration for light vehicles and killing infantry. The rate of fire is decent, but to me it just doesn't put out enough rounds downrange while engaging. It's like a 5-round burst every 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds at most. I'm not sure offhand on that, but it's got some decent penetration. When it comes to infantry, it can drop 1 or 2 per burst, but if you really want this platform to be a infantry killer, then you want to get the light rotary 20mm cannon. And it has AP rounds and the HE rounds. Now, if you can catch infantry out in the open, which I have in my previous videos, you can just cut them down like weeds. I mean, it's just game over if you can catch them out in the open. Not only that, but if they're cooped up in a medium to weak building, you can demolish that building quickly and just cut them down in there. They're great at this. Weapon is great with HE rounds turned on and the API disabled. It'll blow them out of those buildings like nothing. When it comes to light vehicles, the downside to this weapon, as in the description says, its reduced damage and penetration is okay. It will not kill. Like, it's got a spread on it that is a decent, but you have to get really close to them to do any damage. And in Terminator Dark Fate Defiance, you do not want to do that because you'll just get smoked. Now, if you had the 25mm, it's more of a compressed shot. Like, the spread's not as much as this weapon is. This weapon's made to shoot down aircraft, take out moderately light vehicles, and infantry. Infantry, they fear this vehicle when it has this cannon on it. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next weapon and we'll get into the next components. So the next weapon, let's switch over here, is the light plasma cannon. Now, this thing is very effective against light armored vehicles and moderately tanks, but you do not want to stick this vehicle unless you know what you're doing. You know, if you're experienced in this game, you know how to bait a tank. You can use building as your advantages. and you can get behind the tanks and take them out that way. This vehicle moves very fast, and the Legion tanks are very slow. Their turrets rotate very slowly, so you can actually like stay out of range of it. Me, in a previous video, it's actually pretty funny, I got behind the Legion tank and the turret couldn't keep up. It would move to the right, and then I'd go to the left, and then move to the left. It'd be like, you know, cat and mouse, and I was able to destroy it. It was actually pretty funny. I'll have to put that up later. But this light plasma gun is excellent at so it can take out aircraft too. It can shoot down aircraft if the aircraft is not moving. That's the only downside. And when it comes to infantry, it's not the best. I would say it's moderately decent at taking out infantry, but when it comes to buildings, it just doesn't do the work that the 20mm does. So this weapon would be excellent on, you know, vehicle support against light and moderately heavy units of Legion's forces. So we've covered the weapons. Now we're going to cover the modifications you need in the campaign. I do not like the carbon fiber armor. I'm sorry. It's just not the best when it comes to plasma weapons. Everything else, like kinetic weapon wise, it's awesome. But if you're fighting Legion or like the integrators or some of the raiders that have plasma weapons, it will smoke this unit in a heartbeat, and you'll lose your crew. And as all of y'all know, losing units is bad because you need their experience when it gets to end game. You want to keep your units alive, not just send them out to the slaughter. So survivability, I would put this on desperate times, because I just do not like this armor. The armor I do like is the explosive reactive armor. This is excellent against heat rounds, and it's moderately good against plasma rounds. I've gotten hit 3 times from a Legion tank, and I survived. Don't know how, but the armor kept my unit alive. And I would say this is like mid-tier armor for your units. Excuse me. And the other armor that you can equip to your Bradley, and this is like the most advanced, is the ceramic armor. It's got the wire cage around it, and it is the top tier armor you can put on all of your units. It will take everything and keep on trucking. The only downside is the fuel consumption, and it makes your unit a bit slower. But it's a moving like fortress. This thing can tank some shots when hit. Some other components I recommend you taking would be the engine boost. It helps out when you equip heavy armor. It's like a 10% maximum speed. Also, like your crew, you want to make sure, let me see if I can find a crew that is actually, where are you, Big Bob? Albert, sorry guys, I'm trying to find this. Where is Big Bob? Don't tell me I lost Big Bob. I don't think I did. Big Bob, where are you? Oh, he's in the rail cannon. But anyway, so this is another thing. When your units rank up, your tank crews, always grab the survivalist. That is my first thing to grab, because it not only saves you on supplies and fuel when you're moving through the mission, but you can have more units at your disposal. Another thing for, like, you know, the technicians, you need to make sure that you get their perk where they can drive tanks, because that's also going to be a must, especially if you find abandoned tanks on, you know, the battlefield. Getting back to the Bradley. So the engine boost is awesome. There's another one. Where is the one I'm looking for? There we go. The engine efficiency upgrade also saves you on supply and fuel consumption. This is a must too. So when you're moving through the campaign, do not ignore buying upgrades for your vehicles, because let me tell you, there's been several times that especially Oklahoma was a pain in the butt with the artillery, but once you figure out their firing patterns and moving across the map, I was able to take them down. But having these upgrades will make or break your armor, or not armor, but your army when you are playing this game. That's why I tell people, do not rush out there and get your units killed. This isn't Company of Heroes. This is a game where if you make bad decisions, your units will die. So you need to make sure you keep your units alive. So I will put some videos up after this on discussing other units and the, you know, the perks you need. I just wanted to showcase this one because I just absolutely love the Bradley. It's an absolutely awesome unit in this game. Is it my favorite one? It's one of my favorite ones. As you know, the Rangers will always be my favorite units. But the Bradley, it can do some work. Also, it can house up to 7 troops. So another thing that I noticed people didn't really understand was how I was refitting my ATGM launcher guys and the snipers and other smaller squads. So each vehicle carries ammo supplies right here. And that ammo supplies is able to refit your guys when you put them inside this vehicle. Unfortunately, the Bradley only carries 7 guys, I believe. So you can only rearm your smaller guys, but I use that to rearm my my ATGM launchers, because those guys are also a must. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming by. I will make some more videos on all the units in the game that you will have at your disposal. I'm also excited for the expansion or the DLC coming out. The ability you'll be able to play as Legion. If you haven't seen that trailer, you definitely should look it up on YouTube and check it out. But I am absolutely excited to put some more videos out. If you like what you see, please, guys, leave me a comment. Let me know that you like this content. And if you do, I will definitely promise you I will make more videos on helping y'all out to play this game, because this game is just absolutely awesome. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. It's free. It helps me grow my channel. And also, it shows me the love that you guys like my videos that I'm putting out. So with that saying, guys, Founders Fidelis, and I'll see you in the next video.